Guys, in this video, we're going to talk about the video strategy, which is probably one of the most powerful strategies to find new leads and new clients, okay, especially with a cold audience. So in this video, we're going to talk about this strategy. It's really, really simple, but yet really powerful. So please watch the entire video. It's one of the most important videos of the how to attract module. All right, let's go. So pro tip, as usual, is to watch the video in 2x speed. And so here's what we're going to cover. First, we're going to discuss why cold outreach is so difficult. So the challenge with cold outreach. And then I'm going to introduce you to Loom, which is one of the tools that make this strategy a game changer. And then we're going to discuss why video is better than text. As you've guessed, the strategy is about video, and then how to create a professional video. All right, let me just move this. Perfect. So, the challenge of trust and cold outreach. The first thing you need to understand is that cold outreach is inherently harder due to a lack of pre-existing relationship and trust, right? I've talked about it, and the reason why we have a process and why we start with people that know and trust us is because it's easier to sell, right? People buy based on trust, based on their belief that they'll have success with us, right? And so when you reach out to someone that doesn't know you, doesn't trust you, and you're just a random person on the internet for them, then they don't trust you, right? And then that's why it's really hard to convince them to work with you. And usually people will go with maybe the first person that reaches out to them, or they'll go with whoever has the best reviews, right? That's how it works. That's how you shop as well. But when it comes to services, it's even harder because of this lack of trust. Now, next thing is that limited trust when DMs are hidden or unsolicited. So platforms that we use to communicate with potential leads and clients also understand this principle, right? And they make it so it's harder to reach out to people that are not connected to you, right? If you probably have received Instagram DMs like that, they just go to like a hidden tab, or it's kind of like a request to discuss and talk to you. Well, if you reach out to someone that is not a friend, that's not a connection on Instagram, for example, well, your DM will also be hidden, right? Because there's this lack of trust. And so the platforms embed features to keep people that aren't trusted, that don't have a relationship with us, to keep them a little bit more hidden, right? And so that they don't just pop up in your DMs. So it's the same for Facebook. It's the same for LinkedIn, for a lot of platforms. Sometimes you have to pay extra to be put in front of people's eyes, right? But now this technique that I'm going to show you doesn't require any money, especially paying for like premium accounts or anything like that. So, and it's even more powerful than paying. For example, on LinkedIn, you can pay to be like a sponsored message and be put in front of people's eyes. Well, this technique here, the video strategy, is even better. So stay with me here, and it really applies to all the platforms. And the next thing here is differentiation is key, right? We want to avoid cookie cutter messages like, hey, I DM'd you, or I've done this before, right? Because it's all about trust and perceived likelihood of success. And so if you look like all the other ones and you're not providing any value, you're just saying, hey, I DM'd you, check your DMs. Like, it doesn't add anything. It doesn't build trust. So you're not likely to get a lead here. Now, let me just exit this and show you on Facebook. I have a couple of posts that I found ahead of time just to kind of illustrate what's happening here. All right, so right here I have a tab, and again, if you've watched the previous videos, right, we go into groups and communities to find people who are looking for help. And so here I pulled from a random group again from well, actually I just used the same group from the previous video and found a post for someone looking for help, right? And this one was posted 8 hours ago, so super fresh. And this person's saying, hey, I'm looking for a Go High Level expert to help set up custom automations for my business. I'm not an agency and prefer not to work with one. And then he talks kind of about his goal. And then if you're experienced and can help, let's connect, right? That's a really good post because, at least for us, as we're looking for clients, because they are our target, right? That person wants custom automations. And as I've talked to you about before, Go High Level is very, very similar to Make and Zapier. So when you're good at those, it doesn't matter that you don't necessarily know Go High Level. You can figure it out because the principles are the same, features are pretty much the same. Go High Level has extra things, but anyways, that doesn't matter for this video, and I can cover Go High Level in other videos in the future. But now that person, Del Smith, is looking for help, and as you can see, there's 60 comments. That was posted 8 hours ago, um, and and then as you can see here, for my time, that was like 1 a.m. almost. So Eastern time, 3 a.m., and then Pacific time, that would have been midnight. So hopefully, not likely that you were up and the first one to message Del Smith, right? But usually, if you don't differentiate yourself as whoever was first at the time that the lead is requesting for help, if you message them right away, you're more likely to get the lead, right? If you message them within 5 minutes. But again, really, really hard to accomplish. So that's not the way. And now let's look at the comments, what people are saying, right? This guy, not very helpful, whatever. And then here, let's connect. Del Smith, I have 3 years of experience. Let's connect. Let's connect. Check your DM ASAP. I can help. DM'd you. This guy is trying to be a little fancier. He's like, hey, Dale, what industry are you in, right? But people usually don't reply. Like, there's so many comments. And so this guy, like, he still hasn't received a reply. Happy to work with you. Here's what I did. Pop me a message. I can help. Let's connect. Hello, sir. Like, honestly, I don't want to say it, but a little bit like cockroaches. You know, they're all like jumping on it. And I understand, right? They want the gig. Like, I sent you a DM. I'm interested. Let's connect. If you're interested, like, everyone, like, okay, this is a longer text. This guy is going a little bit out of his way, saying, I'd love to help you. Okay, here's my expertise, but pretty much the same thing. Check your inbox. Let's chat. Like, same thing here. Here, I'm an expert. Would like to work with you. Maybe this guy gets a little bit more of a chance because he's saying he's an expert. But again, like, hopefully you get the point, right? I'm just trying to make a point here that they all look the same and they're all doing the same thing. And this strategy that I'm about to teach you is a game changer. And if one of them had used it, they would already be 1,000 steps ahead of everyone else. And it's super simple, okay? So, yeah, that's where we're at. And let's just go to the next slide, okay? Now we're going to talk about Loom, how it's your outreach superpower. And so Loom, why Loom works. First, it's a tool that helps you record videos. And you can record a video of yourself and show extra things, right? It's the exact tool that I'm using right now for this course, right? And using that will help you add a little personal touch with video content. It shows that you're a professional and you put in more effort. And when you sign up for an account, I want you to sign up for a free account. I don't want you to pay for a paid account yet. So here's the tab for Loom. Those are the current plans and pricing as the time of the recording of this video. And so as you can see here, you can start with the starter plan, which is $0, is free, right? Now, a couple of things to keep in mind. You're limited to 25 videos. You can't record more than 25 videos. So what you do when you have older videos that aren't useful anymore is just go back in your account and you delete those videos. And you can only record a video up to 5 minutes. And the next plans are just $15.20. I think this is the one I have, but this one is totally sufficient, and you get unlimited videos. Again, you don't need it yet. Once you have like a first client, and your first client is a couple $100 at least. Then you can sign up for that if you want, and then you can just create a bunch of videos from there without any limit. So that's for the pricing and Loom. And so here's what you need to do when you use Loom. I want you to research the prospect's problem, right? And then if it's not super specific, then we're going to focus on your process. I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute. But then once you understand that, if there's a specific problem, then what we want to do is build an automation or the actual solution to address that lead's needs. And then we record a video, the Loom video, where you introduce yourself and you show the solution. You talk about the problem, you show the solution, and at the end, you do a little CTA, which is a call to action. When you say, hey, if you need more help, reach out to me, whatever. I'm going to recap that in a minute. And then you post it publicly. So here's what it would look like, right? This guy, we're just going to try and apply it here on the fly. He's looking for a Go High Level expert, right? So then you go, for example, in your Go High Level account, make account, and after you go through all the exercises, you'll already have some automations. You can build some extra ones as you're playing with it. Then I want you to record for this particular guy, right? Dale Smith. This is what I would do. I would go in my account. I would record a video. I would show myself. You have to show your face because that builds trust. That really helps with trust and being more human and genuine, right? And so what I would do is show my account, and I would say, hey, Dale Smith, you have to drop their name, right? It can't be a cookie cutter video. Just create a real video for them. So I would say, hey, Dale Smith, Sam here, Go High Level expert. I build automations, and I would love to help you. Let me just show you quickly in my account what I've done before, and I really think you're going to love this. So then I show my Go High Level account. I say, so here's a first automation that I built, and then this is what it does. Here's another one. One of the ones I'm most proud of is this one, and this one was pretty challenging, and here was the problem. Here's what we did. And so anyways, I don't really know based on your post. Then you can show back Dale Smith's post in your video, and you can show the post and say, yeah, I saw your post. You don't really say exactly what you need, so that I was just showing you like general automations, but let me know what industry you're in, and then I very likely I've already worked with someone in that industry, and I would love to help you. As you can see, like, I'm really an expert. I'm here to help, and also that leads me to some of my next points. You want to give them a guarantee. You want to give them incentives to create an offer that's really, really good, right? So in the video, you talk about all these things. You can even show your process. You can say, hey, so here's my process. Here's what we do, right? You do things and you say things in the video to build trust, to show credibility, to show that you're a pro. That's why you have the video. And at the end, you can say, now, if you're interested, DM me. I've left you a DM as well. Let's connect. Also, here's my email, right? Boom. That's your video. You take the link. You post it here. You literally post it publicly. And that way they'll see. And you posting it publicly will give you an edge. It will potentially lead you to more leads as well, because other people that are potentially looking for help are also looking at this post. That has happened to me many, many times. Even if they don't comment, sometimes they'll comment. They'll say, hey, I'm watching this post. I'm also looking for someone that does the exact same thing, right? And so that's why you want to post it publicly. Now, I understand for some of you, it's kind of hard to put yourself out there and record a video of you and put it online, but that's really the best way to differentiate yourself. If you want a good shot at this is what you need to do. Otherwise, you're just going to come off as one of those other guys that are just, haggling for some money. But so that's what you don't want to do, right? You want to differentiate yourself. So let's go back to our slides. There are a couple more points that are really important that I need you to understand, okay? So that was for the overview of Loom. Now, why record a video? I'm going to put more emphasis here. First, I need you to understand that text is dead, especially since ChatGPT, right? And that applies for some of you that are using Upwork to find leads. I've hired dozens and dozens of people, and I've vetted even more. and interviewed even more people than that, right? And what I used to do, especially like before ChatGPT 2, 3 years ago, and before, I used to send a list of questions. I would just say one, introduce yourself in a sentence. Two, explain why you'd be a good fit. Three, I would send questions like that, and then they would reply, and I would pay close attention to what they would say, because what they write would tell me a lot about them, their personality. At least it would give me a good idea, of where they're at in life, and their education. For example, if they made a lot of spelling mistakes, if their grammar is kind of weird, the way they say things, I can tell if they're from probably Africa or India, because they have ways of saying things that are really unique to those areas of the world. Nothing against them, but that's just how it is, right? Now, even if you're an immigrant, if you've lived in the U.S. for a while, then you start talking more like an American, right? It's normal. And so you can see those things when they write text. But now with ChatGPT, everyone can write decent text, and basically no one has a good excuse to make spelling mistakes and to say things in a weird way, right? No one has an excuse. And because of that, I can't judge candidates anymore based on their text. It just doesn't work, because many of them are good at using ChatGPT. Some aren't, but a lot of them are good at that. And so it becomes meaningless to me now to read people's text. So instead, I keep it super short when I look for a candidate, right? So I'm talking to you from the point of view of someone who's looking for help, who's looking for a professional to work with, right? And so I keep it super short, and I just say something like, send me a 1-minute video about you, quickly introduce yourself, your experience, and tell me why you'd be a good fit, right? And that filters like 80% of the people, because first of all, a bunch of people are just applying to a bunch of different contracts and potential jobs, and they don't really pay attention. And so I just asked to send me a video, a 60-second video. So then 80% of the people don't send a video for whatever reason. Most of the time, they don't pay attention, because then they send me this huge text with links of portfolios and things they've done, like dumb things that I really don't care about. Like, you didn't read my instructions. I want a video. Then two, some people will send a video, but then it'll be like 5 minute long, or it'll be you can tell it's a video that wasn't made for me. It's an old video they've recorded, and they're just sent consistently to their leads. Like, those are out as well. And then from the very few that actually send me a video, well, then you can tell a lot of things from their video, right? I unfortunately, it's just how it is, but I get videos from people in third world countries, and you can tell like the whole background is messy, and like they have a harder time to express themselves, or it's super scripted. Like, they don't even look at the video, but they actually apply for the job, right? They say, "Hey, Samuel," and then they read somewhere else. Like, you can tell they're reading a screen. They're like not even looking at the camera. They're like, "So this is what I've done as a professional in the automation field. I've done this." Like, it sounds robotic. You can tell, like, totally scripted. And it's fine to be scripted, but don't make it obvious, right? So I can tell they're not very professional. And so usually those, unfortunately, are filtered out. And then you also have some that when they make their video, you can tell the way they talk and everything. I don't know exactly, but that's just how I filter and vet people, right? I'm just trying to share my perspective as someone that hires, because now you're on the other side, someone that's trying to sell themselves, right? Anyways, and then the way they talk and everything, it feels like they're not super educated. And then for a job where I'm trying to get someone who's, for example, when I hire an assistant to manage my emails and respond in my behalf, I need someone who's really, really good at expressing themselves, even if they're from the Philippines, right? And so if they talk in ways that are not very clear and not very organized, like, they're filtered out. And so all that to say that text is dead, video is king. It already was king, but even more so now, right? And so you need to create a video, and putting your face will add authenticity authenticity and trust, and it will help you demonstrate a lot of things. You can demonstrate your process and build even more trust. I recommend again to post it publicly because it may lead to more leads. And another thing I need you to understand. So back to my previous slide, I was saying how we want to actually show the solution. When someone has a problem, they're looking for help with something specific. We research, we create the solution, we record showing the solution. Some of you may be afraid to, not willing to do it because you giving away the secret sauce, basically. Well, let me tell you this. The people that want something for free will never pay you. And the people that actually have money, if you give it to them for free, they'll still work with you and they'll still pay you. Because the people that pay $5,000 or more, $10,000, $15,000 or even more for projects, they're not out there trying to scam someone and steal their secrets and do it themselves. No, they're actually just looking, they're trying to make sure they're going to invest their money the right way, but they're just looking for someone who's going to do it for them. They don't give a crap about you giving the solution. They're still going to pay you. And actually, you're going to convince them to work with you because you've proved it to them that you can do it because you built it. You built the exact thing they needed and you showed it on the video, and they could do it themselves if they wanted, but they don't have that time. They don't have that kind of time. They just want someone to do it for them. And so you've increased their perceived likelihood of success with you, right? You've built trust. And so the real clients, they pay for implementation, not just information. And the people that'll just say, oh, thanks, and then they'll never talk to you again, they weren't really out there to pay you. And best case scenario, they were trying to spend $200-$300 and they didn't really want to spend more than that, right? And putting your video out there, even if there's someone that doesn't really want to pay a lot of money, and if they use your information, they're just not going to work with you at all. They're just going to do it themselves. First of all, they weren't a good client anyway. But then next thing is that you're building trust in the marketplace. Like, other people are going to see your video. Other leads are going to see the video, and that may lead to more jobs, right? So don't be afraid. Share the information. People pay for implementation. They pay for the extra help, not just the information. Because information now is just out there everywhere on the internet, on YouTube, Google, it doesn't really matter. But anyone could figure it out. And so it doesn't really matter, right? People want, the real clients, they want someone to do it for themselves. Now, my next point here is to create a professional impression when you're doing your video, right? And I'm going to reemphasize some of the points that I mentioned before. So create a professional impression. First, like I mentioned, you need to polish your language and tone to sound confident. Like I've expressed already and said before, I've received videos from potential candidates that just weren't really clear. Their English wasn't very good, and unfortunately it didn't help them. So if you're someone that doesn't speak English very well, or English isn't your first language, then that's something you're going to have to work on, right? Like having a better communication skills, better English will just always help you, because either way, you're going to meet eventually with the client, and that will increase the perceived value of your services as well. And it's just how it is, right? People think you're worth a little more if you express yourself very clearly, like a professional, if you speak really well, right? So it's something to work on regardless. But when you record a video, you have the chance to take multiple takes, right? To try again and again until you get something really good. And you can even script it and just practice it, right? Just practice your video. Make it good. Then the next point is to improve your background for a professional look. Now, you don't need anything fancy like maybe I have, and again, it's not even that fancy, but it just kind of helps. Just have a clean, clutter-free background, good enough lighting, good enough camera, good enough audio. Just do that. That will also make it better. It will make you look more professional. My next point is to use slides or live demos to show organized thought. So back to that other guy, lead that I was showing you his post, he wasn't looking for a solution to a specific problem. He was pretty broad. And so showing your process using slides, in another video I give you the slides, at least a template, and I talk about it as well. That will really help. You can show your actual process, how you do it, and that will help convince people that they're more likely to have success with you. That will build credibility and trust. Okay. And so then whether you're showing your process or just a general, or just an actual solution to a problem, you need to be clear and to present a clear, logical process, right? That will help you. And as you record a video, make sure you answer these questions. Why should they care? So you want to demonstrate relevance to their pain point. Why you, right? So showcase unique skills and expertise, and why now? So you create some urgency. You can say, hey, I'm working right now. I'm looking for my next 5 clients. I'm giving away a discount for the next 5 clients. And, it's just me. I don't have an agency yet. And so I have a limited time and attention and resources. And I already have some other leads. But if you join now, then if we start working now, I'll give you the discount. Otherwise, I will likely not be able to work with you. You need to create some urgency. And then I'm not saying to lie, right? Like, even if you have no leads, you can just say, hey, I'm looking for my first 5 clients or my next 5 clients, and I'm limited with my time and attention. And so if you're one of them, I'll give you a discount. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to work with you. You just say that. They don't need to know how many other leads you have. But it's true that if you start having more than 5 clients, the least paying clients will need to go away. Like, you're not going to work with them. You just don't have enough time, right? So that's the reality, and just explain that. And then last, I've already mentioned it, is you need to try to make an offer that they would feel stupid saying no to. So mention the discount. Mention how you have a process. Show the solution, and try to create an offer that is really, really good for them, right? Give them incentives. Now, let me show you another post here that I've prepared, again, from the same Facebook group. But we're going to kind of apply, again, everything we've talked about to this, right? So this guy here, Dixon guy, he's saying, I have a question. Who can teach me how to integrate Jotform into Go High Level? So that was posted a couple of days ago, and about 9 comments. And this guy saying here, I can show you my proof. Already, like, his text is not very good. We don't, like, if you speak English really well, you don't really say it that way. Should have used ChatGPT. But again, that, for me, as someone who hires a lot of developers, I look at this, I feel like he's not very good. This guy here, Go High Mastery, so I guess he's really focusing on Go High Level. And he's saying, integrating Jotform into Go High Level is simpler than you think when you know how. Use this, blah, blah, blah. If you want done this quickly and efficiently, let me know. I can guide you step by step or set it up for you. Why waste time when results are within reach? Kind of funny. I don't like it. It sounds like ChatGPT. Again, remember when I said, like, text is dead? This is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing AI that, even if it's not true, right? It seems like AI wrote this text and they posted it. And I don't like that. Like, I don't know how good they are. And that's where, if I was hiring, I would ask them a video. I would ask, hey, man, can you send me a video, just 1 minute, 60 seconds, showing, a video of you, and tell me how to do it and why you'd be a good fit. I'm actually looking for someone to help me with this. I'm willing to pay good money, and then, send that. And that would tell me a lot more than this text. But at least this guy did a little better. This guy saying, you have a Go High Level account. Okay. I can help you. Essentially, you do this. Let me know if you like more help. Okay, so see all those guys, it's pretty much the same. Let's connect. They sell a little bit, but basically they're all trying to just get the gig. Obviously, so are you, right? But here I would record a video. Again, polished English, speak clearly, express yourself very well, and then clean, clutter-free background. And then in the video, I would actually just go in. Well, I would show the post. I'll say, hey, Mozilla Dixon, saw your post. Let me show you exactly how to integrate Jotform into Go High Level. And then I show Go High Level, I go through it. I do the tutorial, and then I say, this is how you do it. So hopefully that's helpful. Now, if you need extra help, I'm here to help. And then I'm looking for my next clients, my next 5. I'm doing a little discount. So if you want to start working now, or I can teach you more things as well if you don't necessarily need someone to do it for you. And I would be willing to do that for you, give you a good discount. Again, this is me, Sam. Appreciate it. And then if you need extra help, just let me know. Here's my email, and you put it on the screen or something, or just say, hey, I DM'd you my email, and then just respond if you need extra help. And thanks. Something super simple. And then post it here, post a link to the video, and there you go. You just go to the next lead. And that's pretty much it. That is the cold outreach strategy. Now, I've said a lot of things, so let's summarize, right? I've explained how the challenge with cold outreach is that there's no pre-existing trust and relationship. And because of that, you need to go above and beyond. You need to differentiate yourself from all the other ones that are just saying, hey, I DM'd you, let's connect, right? And so that's why I really recommend you put yourself out there and you record yourself, show your process, show the solution. Use Loom because it's a free tool. It's really powerful, just really simple. You can record your screen. Again, this is the tool I'm using right now for this course. You can show your screen, show your face. Make sure you have a good enough background. You do not need anything fancy. You do not need to buy new equipment. Just use what you have. Make it look clean and good enough. Make sure you have a good audio, good camera, and then you don't need to buy a fancy microphone either. Just make sure there's no feedback, listen to video after you've recorded it. And then I've explained as well why video is better than text, because nowadays anyone can write good text or decent text. And it used to be a good way to filter people and vet candidates, but not as much anymore. And video is what will set you apart. As you can see, as you saw, no one's posting video. And if you are, you'll be the only one. And it's a really, really, really simple strategy, but extremely powerful, extremely underutilized. And again, when you record your video, that's my last point, how to create professional video. Use slides, show their posts, talk about the problem they have, show the solution. And you can do this for literally any platform, right? Upwork, when you apply for jobs, record a video consistently. Keep your text super short. Put emphasis on them clicking the video. And in the video, that's where you can pitch them. That's where you can sell them. That's where you can show their problem, the solution, and show your portfolio, show your face, show how you work, your strategy, your process. Talk about your offer, discounts, anything like that, and call to action at the end. That's for Upwork. For Facebook, Instagram, things like that, same thing. Record a video. Do not make a cookie cutter video. Make a real video tailored to them. Show their problem, show their post, and then show your solution. Say their name. Make a video just for them. And then for other platforms like LinkedIn, do the same thing. Like all the platforms, this strategy can be applied to those platforms. Just make sure you tailor it to the post or the person who's looking for help. All right. So that was the video strategy